So I want to go ahead and bring this guy up. His name is Jermaine WallStreet Horton. They don't call him Wall Street for nothing, guys. So let me go ahead and bring him in. Jermaine, are you there?
Yes, I am, Tish. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Nice. First off, I definitely want to give it back to Letitia. She's been doing a phenomenal job with this business. Got to give it up to her for just bringing so much excitement and energy to the call, you guys. And let me tell you, this woman is neck and neck with other individuals like Robert Sales and Tamika Marino out of Detroit of hitting that pinnacle position of national director in our company. So, Letitia, I want to give it back to you for your excellent leadership, also the mentorship that you've passed on to the other individuals that's on your team. So I'm definitely proud of you, and I look forward to promoting you at our national event as a national director. All right, so team, what I really want to do right now before we jump into the training, I have a guest speaker that's a really good dear friend of mine. This guy is a top producer out of San Antonio, Texas. So before we get to him, guys, what I really want to do is I want to go over a regional recap over what just took place in several cities across the country. Some of you guys were able to attend the regional event. And, guys, let me tell you, if you missed the regional event, you missed out on something powerful. So here's what I'm going to suggest to you guys now. Do not miss the national convention. There's not one senior vice president. I'm sure when my good friend, Senior Vice President Terrence Porter, gets on the line, he can attest to this. There's not one senior vice president that's missed a regionals or a nationals. Definitely a nationals. It's like you're not even in the business if you're not at nationals. If you're not at a national convention, you're like 6 months behind because the information that's there in that national convention is truly, truly something that can help you jump almost 2 pen levels, because that's what it takes for you to build your business and take your business to that next level is that national convention, okay? So I know we had a few regionals across the board. Just to give you guys a few announcements real quick, the 10 and 2 is on and it extended. The $1,000 quick start, 2 and 10 bonus, 10 points and 2 representatives. This is extended until the 16th, guys. So use this as leverage. Go through your follow-ups, follow up with those individuals that were once interested in the opportunity. So what I would do is let them know, hey, we have this awesome promotion on the table that you want to take advantage of. So, guys, don't let individuals miss out on that, okay? So I know we have a few people that attended the regional event, and I just want to get a recap from some of the leaders that attended the regionals. Doesn't matter what city you were in, guys. I want to hear all across the board about your experience at the regionals, whether you were in Detroit, whether you were in Dallas, Houston, Chicago, wherever you were at. I definitely want to hear about you guys' experience. So, Letitia, I know you're on the call. If you're still there, I would love to hear about your experience down in Houston.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, well, you guys, it was exciting to be there. And I tell you, I'm always excited when I go to these regional events because, first of all, I love to have the first row of seats. And it's very important for us to get there early and on time. Because when I go, I want me and my guests in the front row, period, because to me, that's where the excitement is, okay, because we get to not miss anything that's been shown to us. But just being able to get to meet all the platinums, double platinums, the SVPs that come out just to train us and show us how to get to the next level is so amazing. We cannot miss out. Like you say, when you miss out, you're left behind. You're months behind everybody else. So we must get to these events. And plus, you get to, maybe get extra points on some products and services there by just attending these events. You get to get those extra points, And I just think, to me, it's important to be there, and as well as your team, so your team can get the excitement that they need, because the regional and the national event, these places here gives us that energy and that excitement, so we can go out and do what we need to do to build our team. So that's it for me, Jermaine, but just I'm excited about it, and everybody needs to get excited about these events.
Awesome, awesome. And I know you guys have some phenomenal leaders down there in Houston, and I know Senior Vice President Terrence Porter,
Yes.
you know, he was there as well, you know, just lit the room up, set it on fire. Also, I believe you guys had Barry Donaldson down there, too. Is that correct?
Yes, we had Barry Donaldson. Mm-hmm.
Awesome, yes, indeed. So do we have anyone else from the Detroit market? Did anybody from the Detroit market that went to the regionals, are you guys on the line? Like maybe, I think maybe Eric or Tamika or
Me, I was there. I am LaShonda from Detroit market.
Hey, LaShonda, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Jermaine?
Awesome. This was your first regional event, correct?
Yes, my first regional, and let me tell you, man, you just like you say, the regional, this training was so powerful. I was like, oh, man, I was just from ear to ear like Kool-Aid smile. You know how like the Kool-Aid smile, I just had a bigger smile on my face, and I was just soaking all this great knowledge in, being surrounded by millionaires, being surrounded by people that is just been there where I've been, where I started, and just people that, just normal people that just started from the, even with business and not even having nothing and looking where they at now. And I'm just like, I know if they can do it, I can do it. And my motivation has just got so 1,000. It's like on 1,000 right now. So I'm out there grinding like grinded cheese. I'm like out there just talking to my friends in school. And I like, since then, like yesterday, I picked about 20 people in my class at one time because we was doing a lab experiment. And they were just sitting there like, what? I said, yeah. So, I mean, it's just, I had a wonderful time, and I can't wait to get to the Nationals. I can't wait to attend the Nationals.
Awesome.
To get some more knowledge.
Awesome. That is extremely powerful. So great to hear. You know, anytime that you have someone that goes to the events and use these events as momentum to carry their business, you know, those will be those next individuals that are going to get carried over to that next position. So, guys, I will highly suggest make sure you get to these events, whether it's a BOM, a training, whatever it is in your area, make sure you get to those, okay? Is there anyone else? Anyone else from the Chicago market? Robin Kidd, I believe she was there, along with a few other individuals with Homer Henderson. I'm not sure if Homer's on the line. If you are, guys, go ahead, speak up, talk about your experience in Chicago.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Hi, this is Robin Kidd. I tell you, this is the regional was an incredible event, a packed event, and just to have the co-founder, Jason Guck, I mean, just breaking down the compensation, how to not just run after a pen level, but the position to obtain that position and carry it out, you know, building a team. Just the way he broke it down, it was just so incredible. And just to have all the SVPs, they're giving us all kinds of training to show us how to continue in this business. And it was just so incredible, all the things that they had to offer. It was just a mini international convention. It was a mini national convention. I mean, they gave awards out, and they recognized you for being a hard worker and moving to that next level. And each and every time I go to, this is my second regional, I just feel a sense of it's just always a family setting where they're telling you, they're leaving the door open for you to walk through to show you how they got there. When you have the system in place, and they explain this over and over again, and it's got to get in you for you to follow the system. And just to have the co-founder there even going through the steps and things to show us how to maintain and not focus on the position, not focus on the pen, but building the momentum of the business where it's just overwhelming to hear what they have to teach us and show us. It was just an incredible event for me.
Awesome.
And I just want to turn it back over to you, sir.
Awesome. That is such a wonderful, wonderful way to just come out and give that excitement about the regionals. It's just truly amazing to have a co-founder here. And when a co-founder was here, guys, I mean, he broke down the compensation plan down to a T. I mean, there was no mistaking about the money that you can make, the potential, what you were making. I mean, it was just nothing left on the table. He took it all off and put it into that training, you guys, okay? So here's a highlight that I want to give before we jump into this training. Let me show you the power of 5 links. If some of you guys are wondering, can you do this business? Well, my warm market is all gone. My family members, my friends, they don't want to do the business. They're turning me away. They're looking at me funny. Guys, you have got to learn how to be positioned to speak to individuals about your business. So the first thing that you want to do is you got to get trained, all right? Don't just jump out there and say, oh, we got cell phones, cable, yada, 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 and then you have people feeling like you're vomiting 5 links on them, okay? We have a quick start call that's going to take place at 9 p.m. Central that's going to be done by Platinum Senior Vice President Nicole Kimbrough. And I will give you guys that information and that number before this call is over with, okay? I will also post it on the Facebook page and in the team page as well. You can also text the number 707 to the number 55469. Again, that's the number 707 to the number 5469. So you put the number 55469 in the two-person to the address box, and then you put in the number 707 in the message box, okay? And that's going to get you locked into that market and get information on that call tonight that will help you earn your $1,000 quick start bonus or your $750 quick start bonus. Or if you guys are like me and are serious about this business and new people that just got started, like Helena Jackson from out of the Gary, Indiana market. She's a firefighter. She was really excited about this opportunity. And she was talking like, you know what, this may be something that can set me free. This can be something that can allow me to get away from my job from working from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. You know what I mean? So, guys, this business is changing lives. But if you're like that and you say, you know what, I want to get to executive director in the first 30 days, but now you're talking anywhere between $1,500 to $1,750 in your first 30 days, you guys. Okay, so that call is going to help you with that. So what I want to do, guys, at this time is I want to introduce an individual that I have a tremendous amount of respect for. And I'm going to turn the call over to him because he's one of the top producing senior vice presidents in all of North America. I'm not talking just in Illinois, not in just in Texas, not in New Jersey, not just in the United States. I'm talking North America, that's including Canada and other regions as well, too. This guy has a lot of fun doing this business. He's making a lot of money. He has a lot of fun as well, too. I remember he came out and blessed me for my birthday party that we celebrated at Club Tile. It was really upscale and elegant. He came there, brought everyone through. I mean, he's the life of the party. And this guy is a gentle giant and humble as can be. And this is the type of person that you really want to just open up your ears and open up your hearts and receive this information from, because he's going to give you something that can take your business to the next level and possibly say something that can change your family's life for the rest of your legacy of you and your generation. Okay? So this guy that I'm speaking of is none other than my good friend, Senior Vice President Terrence Porter. Terrence, are you on the line?
I'm on the call, Jermaine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. The call is yours, brother.
Man, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I had to look around and say, who's this guy talking about? But I truly appreciate you, man. I'm definitely humble, and I'm honored that you allow me to speak on your call tonight. I'm hearing people all the way from Chicago to Houston, and I mean, just to see your growth. And I've been following you on Facebook, and I see you. And I remember the day I hit you on the inbox and said, I see you. And normally we don't say that to people a lot, but you can recognize a person that's going somewhere and it's definitely going to be a force in this industry and along with our company. So I can't wait to carry you to that stage. I don't carry too many more people, but you're going to be one of those people I'm definitely going to carry to the stage. And I'm excited for you, and I just want to say thank you for having me on your call tonight.
Thank you, bro.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you for chiming in tonight. I'm excited. I was supposed to be on the call last week. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it. I had a couple of things I had to do, so I told them I definitely was going to be here tonight. So I want to give a training. Before I jump right into the training, I just want to kind of give my story, and I want to just hopefully tonight empower some people. You know, you guys are always hearing about the customer points and, you know, go out and peak people. My trainings are a little bit different. I get into your mind state. I really want you to understand what it takes to get to the top of this compensation plan and for you to really understand what you need to keep going forward. So the name of my training is Forward. Some of you guys have heard it. Some of you guys may not have heard it, but the name of the training is Forward. So before I jump right into the training, if we all can truly please just have a moment of silence. We lost a SVP in our organization, in the company, today. And I was just with this gentleman 48 hours ago. And it's really surreal because we share the name. We share the same name. His name is Terry Porter. Of course, I'm Terrence Porter, but, you know, a lot of people use Terry and Terrence as the same. It can be shortened. And my phone has been going crazy. People have been thinking that was me. You know, friends I've been talking to in a long time. You know, the word is getting around. So God be the glory that it's not me. But I just want to do a moment of silence and give out a prayer right now for Terry Porter and his family. And, you know, just let's wish them the best in this trying time. So we can just have a moment of silence before I start. Okay, guys, thank you so much for that. I wouldn't have felt right starting this call off today knowing that. I know a lot of people are holding a heavy heart right now. He just hit Senior Vice President in Atlanta, and he's from Atlanta, and we lost him today. So our prayers go out to his family and everybody. So I think the training tonight that I'm going to do is really fitting to hear that. You know, we've lost 2 SVPs in the last 3 weeks. We lost David Diamond Cox out of New York. That was definitely a blow. We were in New York 2 weeks ago, you know, at his home going, and now there's going to be another home going just this week. So it goes to show you that life is short. This is no dress rehearsal. You got to live it while you're here. You got to take advantage of it. And if you're in this company, you better come and get what you came to get. You better not leave nothing on the table. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So who am I? How do I get to where I am? Well, for all that don't know, I'm Senior Vice President Terrence Porter. I've been in the company now for the last 5 years. I came into this company and this industry with no prior experience. I've never done anything like this before a day in my life. I'm a personal trainer by trade, which has truly been a blessing. I had the pleasure of training athletes. I trained celebrities out of the DMV, out of D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. That's where I'm from. I'm from D.C. I'm in San Antonio now, but my wife is in the U.S. Air Force. So she got stationed here. I got stationed here. That's the end of that story. So I was training, and things were going great. But in 2007, this thing called a recession hit. And when the recession hit, it hit my industry head on. Do I work out with Terrence or do I put food on the table? I'm going to lose that battle each and every day. So I had the blessing and the pleasure of training a gentleman named Tupac Durancourt. Some of you guys may have heard of him. But let me give him his real props. Double platinum Senior Vice President Tupac Durancourt. But before he was that, he was just always Pac. And Pac is one of those kind of individuals in the DMV that when you say his name, people know who you're talking about. He's a who's who kind of a guy. He was a big major promoter in the DMV. People knew him, and I was training him. I trained him for almost 2 years. We talked business, but we never could figure out a way to make it happen. He got introduced to the business on a Thursday. He came to train with me on a Friday. He couldn't explain it. He was everywhere with it. I told him to stop. Are you in it? He said, absolutely. Then I said, I'm in it. No presentation. I didn't see no magazine. Tupac's doing it. I'm doing it. His credibility alone was that strong with me. He was already somewhere that I wanted to be. And I'm a smart enough man to know that when success comes, success leaves clues. And all you got to do is follow the clues. And if I could do anything that he was doing and he was allowing me to do it with him, why not? I got started that exact same day. Let's fast forward 5 years later. I talk to you now as a senior vice president. Me and my wife were on our way to platinum senior vice president. It's truly been a wonderful journey. Has it been all peaches and creams? Absolutely not. It's been a lot of ups and downs. I want you to understand who you're hearing from right now. In my organization, as we speak, there's close to 17,000 individuals in 5 years. 17,000. In those 5 years, only 2% out of the 17,000 came from network marketing. We all came in relatively with no experience. Platinum Senior Vice President Marty Wynn, I signed Marty Wynn. Marty Wynn is in my organization. Marty Wynn came into the business and went right by me. He had SVP in 4 months. Platinum Senior Vice President Barry Johnson, he's in my organization. Kurt Keys is in my organization. Patrick Adu is in my organization. Thomas Felter is in my organization. Coach K is in my organization. All these SVPs that you guys hear about that are on the top leaderboards are in my organization. I tell you this story to say this. I'm not here to brag about who's in my group. God be the glory. I have a wonderful, tremendous organization that's growing under me that I couldn't stop even if I wanted to. But I want you to hear what happened along that journey. 7 SVPs hit SVP before I hit SVP in my organization. 7. How did I keep going? I kept moving forward. And that's why I think this is a fitting call tonight, because we're approaching a time in our industry where you're going to have to dig in, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have to really start understanding who you are. We're approaching the holiday season. It does tend to get slow in our industry. But let me tell you something a mentor told me a long time ago. There's no slow seasons. There's only slow trainers. So I equate that to there's no slow seasons. There's only slow reps. You got to get moving. Don't let the season dictate your income. Don't let the season dictate your business. We're in a product-driven business, ladies and gentlemen. We have tons of products and services that we can offer to individuals in this time of year. And this is a time of season when you got to sow. You got to sow so many seeds that's going to come to harvest in January, but you got to sow and you got to sow and you got to sow and you got to keep sowing. You got to sow when you don't want to sow. You want to get off work and you're going to have to sow. You got to wake up in the morning, you're going to have to sow. But you continuously keep sowing, and I promise you, come January, your harvest will be right there waiting for you. But what's going to help you do that is that you got to keep moving forward. So we're going to use the word forward, and we're going to use it as an acronym. So if you're taking down notes, write down the word forward. Forward. Now, what makes that word so fitting and makes it powerful to me, when I first wrote this training, I didn't know that President Obama, that was his motto. That was the campaign to push to make what happened last Tuesday happen. They kept moving forward. At my church and the DMV, the pastor proclaimed the church's anthem for the year was going to be moving forward. And I didn't even know this when I wrote this. I just wrote it because it was on my heart. So where I'm coming from tonight is that I'm trying to touch somebody tonight. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 people on this call. It doesn't take everybody. But I pray what I say tonight hits you in your heart, hits you in your spirit, and it helps you keep moving forward and get you to where you need to be in life. Not just in 5 links, ladies and gentlemen. So let's take the F. The F stands for faith, fight, and focus. Faith, fight, and focus. First and foremost, anything in life that you want to come to fruition has to begin with faith. You got to have it before you have it. You got to see it before it's there. You got to be at the finish line before the finish line is even in view. You got to have faith. That has to be the foundation of everything in your life, ladies and gentlemen. I was an SVP today. I pressed enter, and my L number came up. I knew I was going to be an SVP. I didn't know how. I didn't know how it was going to be. I didn't know about what was in front of me. I didn't know what was to come with it. All I knew was in that presentation that I sat through, and they said the SVP was the top tier. At that time, that's the position that I was pushing for 5 years ago. 5 years ago, that's what they told me. And I was going to be a senior vice president. And I drove off simply faith. I'm here to tell you, you better build your faith. And if you can't build your faith, rely on someone else's faith until your faith gets strong enough. You're going to have to find some serious faith in this business because it's not always going to be easy. Faith has gotten me through. The Sunday night conference calls have gotten me through. 5 Links TV has gotten me through. Me believing in me has gotten me through to get to where I am right now. But I drove all that on a sheer compassion of faith. You must have it. Now, the next thing is the fights. A lot of you guys don't even understand that you're in the fight right now. It's going to be a fight. Nobody walked that stage, senior vice president, and I'm going to keep it at SVP because a lot of you guys talking about I'm a platinum, I'm a double platinum. That's a tall order. Get to SVP. Let's knock that out first, okay? It's going to be a fight. Nobody's giving away BMWs. Nobody's walking that stage without going through some type of adversity, some type of some hardship, obstacles. It's going to come. That's a part of the fight. But the fight is what you want because anything worth having doesn't come easy. And if you didn't have a fight with it, you wouldn't appreciate it. Some of you all are in the fight right now. Get off your knees. Get out the corner. Get from out the corner. Keep swinging. You're going to make it. It's going to happen for you. Understand the fight is a part of the process, ladies and gentlemen. And the next thing is focus. You got to get focused in this business. I don't care what you've done. If you've gone to school for 4 years, 8 years, you got 16 degrees, this is a whole different animal. This is the kind of business that will expose you. It will expose the people that you have been around. You have to get focused. You can't miss the regionals. If you weren't at a regionals and you're on this call right now from last week, and shame on you. Death or illness should be the only thing that's stopping you from things like that. You got to make it to the regionals. That is the point of being focused. You got to make it to the nationals. Again, my conference calls are not built upon telling you to go get registered. I'm not going to tell you every week to get registered. How many times I got to tell you to get registered? Get focused. If you're focused, you got registered. And if you have a financial difficulty, you should have been saving up to get registered. If you know it's right after the holidays and that's a difficult time for you, you should have been saving up in September to get to where you need to be in January. That's what I'm talking. That takes focus. You got to be focused. Not just focus, right? Just on a parentheses. You got to get laser focused. Laser focus, meaning that you're going to have to work this business harder than you work on your job. You're going to have to work this business harder than anything you've ever done before because it's going to take that much effort and that much focusness to get to where you need to be in this compensation plan. And again, I always say it, but not just this compensation plan, but in life. You got to get extremely focused, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's talk about the O. The O is overcome. You're going to have to overcome some things in this business to get to where you need to be. One, you're going to have to overcome your thinking. That was a big one for a lot of people I talk to. You're leaning on your own thinking. Stop leaning on your own thinking. 5 links is built up off of a system. You have to follow the system. Save yourself time, energy, and money. That's what system stands for. Save yourself time, energy, and money. Stop overthinking this. Stop trying to know every product. Stop trying to figure out the best way to talk to people. Start talking to people. Get out of your own way. Do it afraid. If the phone weighs 1,000 pounds, pick it up with 2 hands. Dial the number. Get over your chicken list. You're going to have to overcome some things to get to where you need to be. You're going to have to overcome obstacles and adversity. There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be a car that breaks down. There's going to be a note on your front door when you come back from someplace. There's going to be death. We have experienced death in the last 3 weeks. We've lost 2 SVPs in this business. 2. I was just with one 48 hours ago. You know how surreal that is? And that he shares my name as well. You're going to have to overcome some things. There's going to be things that's going to happen. But I tell you this, the harder it gets, the closer you are to your breakthrough. The harder it gets, the closer you are to your breakthrough. But are you willing to go through that storm? Are you willing to go through it? Now let's talk about the adversity. It's going to be adversity. It's going to be people that will tell you can't make it. You can't do it. Why are you doing it? Your spouse is going to look at you crazy. Your broke friends are going to tell you that's not going to work. Your family members are going to talk about you. It's the holiday season's coming up. When you walk through the door on Thanksgiving, the first thing they're going to say is, here you go talking about that phone. Here you go talking about energy. There she go talking about that business. So what? I was the butt of so many jokes for 2 years straight. Now everyone's calling me like I know you can do it. I'm so proud of you. You kept pushing. I didn't listen to people that wasn't living the lifestyle that I wanted to live. I had to overcome that. I had to build up my own self-perseverance to understand that I can overcome these things. I'm going to keep pushing forward. Now let's talk about the R, relentless and regardless. Relentless and regardless. You got to be relentless towards your greatness. You got to be relentless towards what you want in life. Are you writing down your goals? Do you see them? Do you know where you want to be? If you're an ED on this call, when is your National Director's Date? If you're ET on this call, when is your ED date? How many reps do you need to get to the next position? Are you relentless about what you want? Do you talk about it all the time? Do people see it when they see you? They know that you're going somewhere, that when you talk about your business, there's passion in your voice. There's conviction in your voice. You're relentless towards where you want to go. Can you hear the passion in my voice? Can you tell that I'm excited about what I'm talking about? Absolutely. I get fired up when I get to talk to individuals. I love blessing people. I love helping people. I'm relentless towards getting to where I need to be, bigger than just 5 links, regardless of what people think about me, regardless of what I think sometimes. Sometimes you can get into that pity party room. Some of you guys go into that room for 3 and 4 minutes. That's too long. 20, 25 seconds tops. Get in, get out. You're human. You still bleed and you still breathe. I get it. But you can't stay in those places too long. You got to be relentless towards your greatness. Write that down. Relentless towards your greatness, regardless of what's going on around you. There's going to be things that's going to happen. But regardless of that, you keep staying the course and you keep pushing forward. You got a great mentor in Mr. WallStreet. Do you understand the way this man is going? If I were you, I would grab a coattail. I would hold on to him tight because he's definitely going places. Regardless. And here's the thing about leaders. Regardless, we're going to do it with or without you. You better hold on to him. The next thing is the W, wider vision. Some of you guys are not dreaming big enough. Some of you guys are not even thinking strong enough. If you're not thinking big, if you're not thinking strong, if you're not thinking that wide, you're not thinking at all. You got to get your vision big. It's got to be bigger than your vision board. Your vision has got to be so big that when people see you, it resonates. That when they see you, you almost illuminate. They know where you're going. They want to be a part of you. You got to understand that success is something that you attract. It becomes magnetic. People want to be around you. Your vision speaks. People don't follow people with money. They follow people with vision. I had a nice size organization. I signed Marty Wynn when Marty Wynn was making 10 times, if not more than what I was making. But he caught the vision. It wasn't about the money at that time. It was the vision, and he knew what he can do. That's what I'm trying to tell you on this call tonight. How big is your vision? How wide is it? How magnetic is it? Are you talking to yourself about your vision? Are you sharing your vision with people? Do you have a vision? That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's talk about the A. The A means abundance. I take this one very seriously because I believe we're always to live in abundance. That's what the Lord told me. That's what my father told me. You were born to live in abundance. Now, I know some of us had hardship. I grew up in Northeast D.C., single mother, great Reaganomics. Some of you too young to even understand what that means. But that was a very trying time. I understand how it is to have hardship and to be poor. I know what poor feels like. You know, some people say I was poor, but I didn't know it. No, I knew it. I understood it. But I tell you this, if you was born poor, that's not your fault. But if you die poor, that's all on you. You were made to live in abundance. 5 links can be the vehicle, could be the vessel that can get you to where you need to be as far as financial abundance. But it's bigger than that. Some of you guys are not even taking your health seriously. All the money in the world doesn't mean anything if you don't have your health. That's a part of living in abundance. When's the last time you've been to the gym? Are you going to push the plate away from the table? Are you going to get checked out? Are you going to take your life serious? That's what abundance is about. Senior Vice President, you can do that. Trust me. You can make that happen. Platinum Senior Vice President, it's in the cards for you. But you got to get all the way around total abundance in your life. And I believe that's what we all want, and that's what we're all striving for. You were made to live in abundance. Now let's talk about the R. You got to get renewed. In order for everything that's been leading up to right now, you got to get renewed. You can't be the same you when you start this business. You got to have some continuity on Facebook. You can't be on Facebook one moment talking about your business, and the next moment you got basketball wives to post. Or you talking about Jim and Chrissy. And, I mean, all those things. Look, I get it. We're going to stop and look at some TV, but sometimes you got to cut the TV off. You're going to have to get you an audio book. You're going to have to make some investments into yourself. You're going to have to understand what it takes to get to this compensation plan, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to the SVPs. We all sound the same way. We just deliver it differently. You're going to have to become renewed. You're not listening to the Terrence Porter from 5 years ago. You're listening to a brand new, renewed Terrence Porter that's getting better every day. Every day. I'm not perfect. I haven't arrived, but I love that I'm getting better every day. I embrace it. I look forward to it. I look forward to being renewed. Some of you guys got to get renewed. You got to give yourself a gut check. You got to check yourself. You ain't got to call your mentor to get checked. Look at yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you where you want to be? Are you doing what you got to do to get to where you need to be? You must become renewed. You got to become a new you to get a new result. Now, the last letter is D, and that stands for your destiny and dedicated. Destiny and dedicated. Your destiny is your destiny. You can write it out. It is for you. Some of you guys are being an extra in somebody else's movie right now. You're not even a star role player or actress or actor in your own movie called life. You're an extra. You are living out somebody else's dreams. You're in this business where you can will down your position to your children, to your spouse, and you're playing with it. Can you will down your job? I didn't think so. This is where you can make your mark in life. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going, and I'm telling you, I'm going to make it happen. I'm writing out my destiny. But I didn't understand that I could at one time. I've been there. I understand. When I got introduced to this business when I was 33 years of age, I didn't know what residuals was. I didn't know what IPO was. I was business ignorant. I knew linear income. I only thought that if you worked, you got paid. That's the only way I've ever known. But I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I have rewritten my destiny. I know where I'm going, and I'm here to tell you, you can do the same. Write out your destiny. Write out your legacy. Write out what you're going to leave this world so they will remember you. What is going to be written, what is going to be said when you are no longer here. Your destiny is your destiny. But in order to have that, you got to get dedicated to your destiny. You got to get dedicated to what you want out of life. Some of you all just got to get dedicated, period. You got to finish this race. Get what you came for, but understand what's going to come with it. A lot of you on this call have never finished anything in your life. Let this be the starting point to make you get to where you need to be, to finish. Finish this race. The race is not over until you got a VP behind your name or greater. A VP behind your name or greater. You want a residual income that will rival some people's yearly incomes. That's what I'm talking about on this call here tonight. About becoming a better you, getting dedicated to your life, getting dedicated to your family, getting dedicated to your goals, getting dedicated to your community, getting dedicated to just life and living it out each and every day, because you never know when it can go. You got to understand that this is a precious thing that we have, but you're taking it for granted. And I promise you, if you knew what some of the SVPs knew, you would break your neck to get to SVP. So I'm going to recap right now, then I'm going to go out and close. I thank you all tonight. So first and foremost, again, the name of the training is Forward, and we use it as the acronym. The first letter was F, that's faith, fight, and focus. The second letter is O, that's overcome. The R is relentless and regardless. The W is a wider vision. The A is an abundance. The R is renewed. And the D is your destiny and getting dedicated. Guys, again, I pray that helps somebody on this call. I want you to go out there, make it happen. We are approaching the holiday season. Call somebody tonight. Let them know what you heard on this call. Tell somebody you love them. Write down some new goals. It is no longer 2012. It is 2013. Stop writing down goals and write out the results and make it happen. Don't wait. Get your health in order. Get your finances in order. Get your home statuses in order. Go into 2013 to make it the best year of your life and on forward from that point. So, again, this is Terrence M. Porter, TP, SVP out. I want to thank you all for giving me time to share that information. Mr. WallStreet, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Wow. Big brother Terrence Porter killed the training team. Was that training not powerful? You know, and Terrence, first of all, I got to give it back to you. You know, by you being a senior vice president in the company and you taking time out of your schedule, you know, with your family life, you, the wife, and the kids, you know, for you to just take, you know, your time out of your schedule to bless us with some information that can be beneficial to our business speaks volumes to your character and you as an individual as a whole. So I definitely want to give it back to you, brother. And if it's anything that you ever need from me, brother, you got it first and foremost from me.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man.
No problem. Anytime. So, team, guys, what we need to do is move into action. In other words, when you move into action, which way do you go? Forward. Just like the training of what he just spoke. So I really hope that you guys, you know, heard him with your heart, not just with your ears, that you really put your foot down and take this business to the next level, okay? Guys, I'm telling you, this business works. We are living testimonies of this business. I can remember when I got started almost 4 years ago, and I looked at this industry, and I shunned down on it. I literally only signed up so that my sister would leave me alone. Guys, I was in law enforcement for 7 years. I never got to spend time with my kids. I was working from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., okay? And I did everything from the bomb and explosives team, K-9 team, SWAT team, and my last venture in law enforcement was in DLC at Westville in Indiana. Guys, I missed out on births, okay? I missed out on birthdays. I missed out on so many things that made me say to myself, am I a good parent? Because I was just missing out on the most important things that I felt that I needed to be in. But I had to sit down with this gentleman, you know, after being in the business for a whole year. And they have a saying in Five Links, is not when you get started in Five Links, but when Five Links get started in you. Because I was in the business for a full year and did nothing with it. But after that conversation with Steve Carter, when he said to me, he said, Jermaine, you should get into this opportunity. It's a wonderful opportunity. Hey, you should sign up today. I said, you know what, Steve, I've been in it for a year. I just didn't do anything with it. Steve started to walk away from me, and he came back. He said, I almost walked away, but let me let you know something. He said, do you know it is people that swim from across seas, shark-infested waters to get to America to have the opportunity that's sitting in your lap, and you don't even know what you have. And I felt so little at that point until Steve put his arm around me, and he said, Jermaine, there's no difference between you and I. He said, if you want this lifestyle, then come and get what you came for. I said, Steve, what do I need to do to get where you at? Whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do it. He said, I'm going to tell you what you need to do. You ready? I said, well, what is it? He said, just do. He said, you're thinking too much. Just do. And I said, you know what? It's time for me to go into action. Literally, I put my head down. I treated this business the same way that I did my job. Given that job, working for somebody else that was only paying me peanuts to save people's lives every day, I put that energy that I put into that job into this business. Because I put my money on the table at that time. And I'm sure Terrence can relate. Back in the day when we got started, it was $500 to get started, plus getting qualified, plus getting services. So we spent well over $750, close to $1,000 to start up with our business. And now people can come in for a fraction of that and build this business. Guys, I took this thing serious. I was able to retire myself after 6 months of doing Five Links, actively working it. At 27 years of age. I'm 30 years old now. I just had my newest daughter born. She's 5 months old. My daughter has been to more states and different locations than most adults that have never even left their cities because they're still stuck. And they're still stuck with that same mindset that a job is going to get it for them. Now, understand, guys, I'm not saying that a job is bad, okay? I'm not saying that jobs are terrible. I'm not saying that jobs are the devil. I'm just saying that that's for me. I think, personally, jobs are the devil. I think jobs are horrible. That's just me. because I know God told me he has so much more for me in store with this abundance that I'm supposed to live in, as Senior Vice President Terrence Porter just said. I know it's there for me. See, I'm not going to short my blessing when God already said he's got something for me, and it was 5 links. It's amazing that in this business, that yes, the money was good, guys. Yes, the money has been great along the way. But let me tell you what's even more greater. The fact that you have individuals that come into this business that are single moms. And they say, Jermaine, I'm investing my last unemployment check. And you see them get promoted and a hair away from national director in this company. I give much love to individuals like a Letitia Willis out of Houston, Texas, getting ready to hit a national director position. I give much love to a Robert and Marla Sales that left Indiana and went to Tennessee to build their business and still work in their business. A guy that now is doing ministry full time, guys, because of this opportunity. And will never give up. Never give up. A person like Tamika Marino out of Detroit market. Guys, let me tell you something. I don't care what city you in. I have never seen a worse economy than Detroit. And that's not knocking Detroit, guys. But I'm telling you, if you have never been to Detroit, you have got to go and look at the city of Detroit. You will be amazed at what you see. And the individuals there that said, I don't care what's here in Detroit, I'm going to make it happen. Guys, they are killing it to the point we never even had a regional event in Detroit. Now, guess what? We got to get platinums out there. We got SVPs coming out there because they know Detroit is that market to be at. So it's no excuse. It's all about how bad do you want it. I was always taught this, guys. History has nothing to do with your destiny. So I don't care where you come from. You know, Terrence come from a poor neighborhood. Guys, I come from one of the worst neighborhoods. If anybody's familiar with Inglewood from the south side of Chicago, Illinois, I'm talking that's reckless, all right? I'm talking you were taught something totally. You was not taught school. You was not taught a job in Inglewood. You was taught to survive, all right? If I can do this business coming from a neighborhood like that where I was supposed to be a statistic, okay? When I was born with cocaine in my veins, guys, when I was born with that in my system as a baby, to persevere through that, with alcoholism that plagued my family on my father's side, nothing but alcoholics, and I don't even drink. So it's no excuse. I don't care about where you come from. I don't care about how broke your family was or how poor they was. I don't care about your circumstances and your situations. It's about your responsibility. Your job should be to make your children's life better than what your life ever was. Everybody asks me, Jermaine, well, what's the secret? There is no secret. It's the obvious. See, I treat 5 links different than anyone else. I'm going to tell you how I go about 5 links and the reason why I have the success that I have. Every day when I wake up, I treat 5 links as if it's going to go public at midnight. And that if 5 links goes public, that I let my kids down and my kids will never speak to me again. Now, some of you guys would be like, Jermaine, that's just drastic. You don't have, no. See, that's the goals that I set on myself. See, I set those lofty goals for me. Because here's the thing. See, if I shoot for the stars and I miss, I still land on the moon. And the moon is still better than Earth. Guys, you have got to raise your expectations. If your dream ain't big enough to the point that people laugh at you, then you're not dreaming big enough. If you tell somebody your dream right now, they say, girl, you can do it. You ain't dreaming big enough. It's got to be so astronomical that folks going to be like, ha-ha, you know you tripping, right? That's how you have to dream. And I'm telling you, 5 links can be that vehicle to get you guys where you need to go. All you got to do is believe. You got to have faith. But you got to have action because faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. I'm not telling nobody on this call to fake it till you make it. I'm telling you guys to dig deep, pray, let go and let God, and you faithed it until you make it. Faithed it until you make it. Stop complaining, give God the glory, and you will see your own story live in New Orleans. As an SVP, as a national director, executive director, whatever your pen level that you desire, it will be there for you. But you got to get what you came for. So, team, I really hope that you guys really took this in and you listened to this information on this call and it did something to help you build your business. So on that note, I'll see you guys at the beach or I'll see you at the bank, but most definitely at the bank. So team, one word, Lego.